So the thing that all these figures here have in common is that they're sculpted by the same person, Iwakura Keiji, who's one of my favorite sculptors. So these are all the figures of his that I currently own. I mean, I may have missed one or two, and I also have a few that I'm not sure if they're sculpted by him or not. Like there's a Luffy that goes with this Kaido, which I assume is sculpted by him since they're like made to fit together, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so I just didn't put him on this list. And yeah, MFC My Figure Collection is a great resource for, finding figures and sometimes seeing who sculpted them, but not always, because Iwakura Keiji did sculpt this Kaido and Momo, but he's not listed as the sculptor for them on the site. So something I do to figure out which figures are sculpted by him is I go on to X, because he has an X account, so a lot of times people will post pictures of figures of his, and then he'll reply to the post saying how much he liked making the figure or whatever, so that's another way that I confirm which figures are sculpted by him. And also this king here, I think it was sculpted by him. I could only find like one post that he replied to on X where someone posted a picture of this figure, so I'm not completely sure on this one, but I'm pretty positive he did reply to a post, and it sounded like he was the one who sculpted it based on his reply. And there was also that recent Ichiban Kuji set that was made up of Soul Gorgeous statue figures, which is pretty much Iwakura Keiji's line. He does sculpt the majority of the figures in that line, but apparently not all of them. Like when the figures were first shown, I was looking on X and people were commenting, wondering if he made all of them or which ones were made by him. And he did comment on one of the posts saying that the only one he sculpted from that set was the Gear 5 Luffy. Even though the Gamfall does sort of look like it could be his style, I think I saw a few people thinking that was made by him. But yeah, he said it himself, he only sculpted the Luffy from that set. Alright, so here's this Brook. I've had this one for a long time, a Sculptor's Brook figure. I'm gonna put him, here. I mean, I think all these are great. I love all these figures, but just for the sake, for the fun of doing the video, I'm doing a tier list of them. So let's see. I'll go in order. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite figures. And I might do more of these videos in the future, depending on if anybody likes them. Like I could do like my favorite Wano figures or favorite figures from a certain line or whatever. There's so many different things I can do. And I've also been thinking of maybe doing some like top 10 videos, like top 10 figures of 2025 or 2024. But the thing that's been making me hesitate on making those is that I've recently reviewed a lot of the 2025 figures that I've bought. So it's kind of like, what would I really say in the top 10 video? Because I feel like it would be pretty boring if I just said like, oh yeah, this one's number 10, then this is number 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then that's it. So I gotta say a little something, and I'd probably be repeating myself. So I don't know, but maybe I will try one of those and see how it goes. So next up we have the Best of Omnibus Kaido and the Best of Omnibus Big Mom, which are two of my favorite figures in general. Yeah, I also want to do at some point like a top 10 favorite figures in my whole collection. And I know some of these figures will make it to that list. So yeah, those are some of my favorite ones. This queen is also great. Oh yeah, I feel like I'm just throwing everything in the S tier. But yeah, these are also amazing. The Master Cat Viper and Duke Dogstorm from the Red Scabbards Ichiban Kuji set. There were 2 volumes of those sets, and one of these came in each. These gotta go up here. And then Ulti. This is a great one. Mine does have a little issue where it leans. I just happened to get one like that, so. But just like sculpt wise, pretty great. I'll probably move some of these around once I get them all up there. And then Hybrid Kaido, one of the only Hybrid Kaido figures. I think it's actually the only Hybrid Kaido figure out there still with like regular proportions, if you're not counting like the WCFs, unless I'm forgetting one. And yeah, I think he's a good figure. We'll throw him here for now in B while I'm deciding. And then we have the Yamato. I'll throw this one in A. This is a pretty good one. Then we have All Might in his regular form, another great one. And Endeavor. A or B for this one. I mean, he's pretty great, so I'll put him there. And then Momo. I just love this Figure Art Zero Momo, so he's definitely going in the S tier. And Kaido. I think this one's great also, but I do like the Momo more, so because of that, Kaido has to be one step below. So I'll put him there, and then we have Young Kaido. Good figure, but I'd say I like a lot of my other ones made by Iwakura Keiji more than this one, so I think he'll go here for now. And this King is good also. I'll throw him here. Jack, this is a really nice one. I really like the Jack. The Jack turned out great, so he'll go in the A tier. And then yeah, Annie's Lobby, Zoro here. Gotta be A at least. And Ryuma, he's also a great figure. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just throw him in B and then I'll move some of them around once everything's up there. All right, so next we have the Mihawk, and I'm going to put him in A. I really like this one. And yeah, these three are from the same set, the Zoro, Mihawk, and Ryuma. And then Uvogan from Hunter x Hunter. Really amazing figure. He's a really nice size, and the sculpt is just great on this one. It's a really nice figure to look at. I'll throw him in A. And then we have Zod from Berserk. This thing is a work of art. I got to do another review on that one because there's a lot of my old reviews that I do want to redo at some point, but I've been pretty slow on that, so who knows when I'll get around to doing that, but definitely in the S tier for this one. Then same thing with the Berserker Armor Guts, also another amazing figure. This one's got to go here, and then we have the Kagura, which I just love. He's going to go up here as well. And some Kinnikuman figures, Buffalo Man, really great figure. And I've never seen Kinnikuman, so I might, if I knew more about the character, maybe I'd like the figure a little more, but just based solely off of the looks of the figure, it's a really great one. And then we have Akuma Shogun, which is also from Kinnikuman. This one does lean a little bit, but the sculpt is great. And then Ivankov, another one of my favorites, so he's going to go up here. And maybe I will use up the C and D to kind of separate it a little more. Let's see what I can move around. I think I'm going to move Endeavor down. I think it's a great figure, but yeah, this is just based on my personal taste, obviously. I almost want to move the Ryuma up here, maybe. Yeah, I think I'll move him up. And what about Ulti? Possibly move her up. Yeah, I do like this figure more, I'd say, than the ones here, so let's move her up to A. And maybe I'll also do a top 10 Iwakura Keiji figure video where I actually, show the figures, since I own all of these figures, so maybe I'll do that as well. I feel like I almost want to move Zoro up. Let me see something. Let's try spreading it out a little more, because some of them I don't want to put quite in S, but I want to put some of them above some of the ones in A, so let's see how this goes. Maybe Yamato up here. Yeah, let's see. Maybe I'll use it all. Let's move Kaido back up here. Yeah, I really do like this All Might, so I'm going to throw him up here, and let's fill up some more stuff on B. What can I move up? This is a really nice looking figure, actually, this Endeavor. And the muscles on the Buffalo Man are really, really interesting to look at. And I do have a review video of these figures, but I'm not sure when I'm going to upload it. Yeah, I guess I got to go by which ones I like more than others. Otherwise, it's going to get kind of complicated if I try to take other factors into account. So while I think these three are pretty equally as good as each other, I'm going to move Ryuma down because I do like these two more. And let's see, should Yamato stay? Yeah, this figure has kind of grown on me. I sold it at one point, which I've said probably 3 times already, but not everybody watches every video of mine. Probably not many people watch every single video of mine. So this might be the first time you're hearing me say that. And then this Jack is just too good. I think he's just too good to put lower. And Kaido's gonna move up to B. Let's move Kaido to B. And now this is feeling a little bit better, a little bit more even. I feel like it was kind of all over the place at first. Now it's feeling a bit better. The Vogan might have to move up. Let's see, let's try expanding to D. Because I feel like I do want to put him above some others. Let's put these two up here, maybe. No, then it kind of... Well, actually, maybe that does work. Let's move these two up. And should Ulti go up? Let's see how this feels. Alright, I think I'm going to move him up. Let's move him up to A. And what else should move? I almost want to move this Kaido up. I'm trying to think, do I like this Kaido more than the young Kaido? I think I will move him up there. And part of me does want to bring out all 27 of these figures and put them on my table and show them for this video. But if I did that, I'd probably never get around to finishing the video. So I'm just going to keep it simple. All right, so this was pretty good. I'm going to stop it here. And this is my final rankings of my Iwakura Keiji figures.